Well, good morning. It's a nice day out here on the farm, and I'm trying out my new sprayer. I picked up this Penns Creek single-sided boom sprayer this spring because it was a goal of ours to increase our pumpkin quality. We grow about 4 acres of pumpkins, half of that is U-pick, and we'd like to improve the quality so we can drive a little more profit with some hardier stems and a little less rot. So it was a goal this year to apply some fungicides on the pumpkin patch. So that's what I'm doing now with this new boom sprayer. And took a little bit to set it up last night, get it all configured, hitched up, figure out the rates and whatnot. But so far, I really like it. So we've got this sprayer mounted on our 6105R. It is, I believe, a 150-gallon tank. What I found was nice is that I can take the filter off and open the valve and then drain the contents into a bucket, i.e. there is some antifreeze in there from storage over the winter, so I was able to drain that out and put it in a barrel to reuse it for next season and whatnot. So I was about ready to drop 10 grand on a brand new, I can't remember the name of the one I was considering. It wasn't a Hardy. Anyways, I was looking at another single-sided boom sprayer, hydraulic lift arms, all that fancy jazz. Anyways, I was going to drop 10 grand on it, take out a loan for it because I knew it was something that I needed. And then this one popped up for $2,500 just a half hour from home. So I jumped on it. It's like a 2012 model, I think, but it was always stored under a shed, so it's in good shape. So it's 24 feet long, so I have 8 drive lanes, which are all 6 feet apart here, and 8 rows in between, because I can cover 4 rows at a time, and then the other half gets it on the other pass. It's got cone nozzles on it right now, designed to dump a bunch of water. I know with fungicides and things, it's good to run like 75 gallons an acre or something. I'm only putting on 25 or 30 today, spraying copper. I wish I enjoyed or trusted, believed, and liked conventional herbicides because this sprayer is slick as snot, and I'm spraying organic approved fungicides today, and much more comfortable with that practice and that product and whatnot. So here we are playing with the new sprayer. Works pretty good. Drive lanes were new this season. We've never really done that before, but we haven't really sprayed fungicides either, so we haven't had a need. But I've found I like the drive lanes for numerous reasons, including pest scouting. I can drive the gator between the rows, on a weekly basis and check for flowers and pests and weed control and whatnot. So I like having a drive lane for the gator. I like having a drive lane now for spraying. I like having a drive lane for harvesting, because you don't have that far to walk until there's another drive lane for carrying pumpkins. So that's going to be really nice too. We've never really done that before. So it feels wasteful when I'm planting, because it's like, a whole nother row, I can get a whole bunch of more plants, but I think I like it. So I think I'm one over there. Disease pressure hasn't been too bad on the pumpkins. It's been a really wet summer out here in Vermont, so the pumpkins have grown well. I have no irrigation. We did use conventional herbicides on this field in the spring, and then I did cultivate a little bit with some lilistons and then some rolling spider cultivators, and then a rototiller between the rows. And there's a bunch of pumpkins out here growing. It's the first week of August. Most of them are yellow yet, but they're coming along. Still a lot of flowers out here. I've run over some in the drive lane, and a bunch are yellow, some are green, but we've got a bunch that are sizing up nicely. So far we're looking like a pretty good pumpkin crop, which is why I'm out here spraying to try to keep the powdery mildew back, because that has taken down our plants pretty good. But thought I'd share a little look at the new sprayer. and just share that I like it. I like also that it's got the hydraulic remote to lift that rope to level the end of the boom. That is really slick to be able to have control of that. It's also really slick, like behind me, the rows go the opposite direction, perpendicular to this one, so they're a little shorter rows. Couple more turning around, and like you can see, I've got a road over here with phone poles, and so it's really nice to not have a boom on both sides of the tractor, because then I can just keep making right turns and keep the boom on the inside and not worry about snagging the hedgerows, and like if the field dips or whatever, I can just pick it up a little bit and set it down a little bit, and that's really nice. So new Penns Creek sprayer, I'd recommend it, especially if you can find one used. I'll turn it on so you can see it running here in just a second. One thing that I don't love about this sprayer is that those valves are just out of reach. So I have to get up, turn around, kneel on the seat, lean back in order to reach the valves. So this one here controls the far end of the boom. This one here controls the closer end of the boom. This one here controls a recirculation tube to keep stuff mixed up. And then this turns it on and off. And then you can adjust your pressure here. Pressure gauge is a little hard to see, especially because the PSI is the little dial, but once you get it set, it's okay. And then the other trick that I use, because it's so far away, is that I just, once I get it dialed in with water before I fill it, I leave the valves on, and then I can just flick it on here with the PTO switch. So we'll go ahead and turn that on once it's spooled up. Yeah, it's about right. There it goes. So today I'm running I started at 40 PSI going 4 miles an hour, and it put on about 25 gallons an acre on the first half. And then I adjusted a little bit because it's the first day on the sprayer. I wasn't exactly sure where it was calibrated at. So I thought I'd go a little bit on the lower side, and I'd rather do another pass over the field than dump a bunch of product too heavy on the first part. So now I've gone over the field everything once already, so I'm just emptying the tank now. I only have a little bit left, so I'm going a little bit slower, 3 miles an hour, B2 in this tractor. Let's raise the boom up a little bit there. And I think just because it's a little bit rough and bumpy, next time I'll run the same pressure, but go 3 miles an hour instead of 4, and that'll put it on at whatever, 35, 40 gallons. I've got to do a little math to figure that out, but put it on a little heavier, go a little slower, do it in one pass. Weed control is not perfect, but not too shabby. This was the first spring I actually chisel plowed as well instead of moldboard plowing, so that probably didn't help the weeds. And then, you know, nothing's perfect, but better than what we've done before, and take incremental improvements in my farming career. One step at a time, 1 year is better than the next. That's all we can try to do, right? So this year I added a drive lane, added some fungicide. Hopefully we'll get some real nice pumpkins here in another month to grow. So it's looking like a good pumpkin crop this year. I'm excited.